Right, do you remember when we were in Scotland a few weeks ago and we picked up a whole bunch of trackables, and then a week or two after that we tried to drop them off in Wales and we failed? Well, let's have another go at that today, shall we? So this week we're back out Llanelli way, but I've picked another series of caches. One is an easy find, family friendly cache, and it's medium sized, so we could possibly put all of the trackables in there because they're quite big. And the other two are described as small clip lock boxes. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to walk to the first one, see if we can find it, put a trackable in there, and then we'll go and find the other caches if we can, and maybe put trackables in those if they'll fit in there. And if they don't, well, we can always come back to this first cache because we'll know where it is and put them in there, and then they're done, aren't they? They can get back out into the wild. So they've travelled from Scotland to Wales. Yeah, we'll see how we get on. That is somebody's lunch.
Yeah, specimen bottle, yeah. Look at that.
Well, that was one of the easiest finds we've ever had. Just walk straight to it. That's a good sign. And it is nice and big, so we'll take all the trackables.
I've done a walk straight to it before. Remember on the gate it was like in the black thing? I just
Well,
went
that was straight to it. That was
suspicious.
It was like 100 metres from the van.
That's that way around.
So that geocache wanted to meet other dogs. Unfortunately, we didn't get any photos of it with other dogs. Had a little try.
Well, we could have
But I
done.
reckon this is a popular site for dog walkers geocaches, so I reckon this is a good opportunity for it to get a bit more of that. So we waited until the rain had stopped at home, but we've just driven straight back into it. It's only light, but it's wet, and there's not a lot of wind today, so this might hang around for a bit. So we're really doing better than last time, aren't we? We found a cache and we can actually get the trackables in it. Yeah, last time we found the biggest cache we found, we couldn't get any of the trackables in it. So I was going to tell you a bit more about that race, wasn't I? So this, what's it called? Ultra Trail Wales, Ultra Trail, Wales, it's those three words in some order, I think. This is going to be a new ultra marathon in southern Snowdonia, essentially. So it's going to be a bit hilly. And it starts in Dolgellau, goes over Cadair Idris. Well, I think it goes kind of over, but not over the summit, but I could be wrong. Cadair Idris being the big mountain of southern Snowdonia. And that takes you down to the Mouthach estuary. Do you see those videos from Barmouth? Those beautiful views, that's the Mouthach estuary, so you get to see all of that. Then you go across that big, long, famous old wooden bridge to Barmouth. We run over that, and then we run up the other side somewhere. Did you see the climbing video when we were climbing above Barmouth slabs? You run up there somewhere. I think this is a bison tube, yeah. Another quick find, that's nice. This is one of those wooden structures I run past all the time. I never realised there was a cache here. And
It's weird, isn't it?
the clue is in the name of this one.
I found it, haha.
Well done.
You see it?
Right. There are so many places to hide it in this structure. I'm amazed that Annabelle went to it straight away. Do you want to have a
No
look?
one's cut this with a useless structure, isn't it?
It's a nice added thing.
Oh, that's really wobbly.
Can you see the view over there?
Yeah, I can, but Webster's probably dying. Ah, yeah, it's a pretty nice view.
2 down. Ain't going to get a trackable in that one, but I knew we weren't. But it's the next one, I think, is a little tub. The next one we might have some problems with poo bags.
Edible bags, not just plastic nappy stuff. That makes it great as well.
Ooh, Brown Street, that's why I like mudguards. Right, onwards. Not Klein, where are we? McCunnis. The Jack Nicklaus, or his son I think, designed this one. McCunnis Golf Course is in there. And then we're going to run across the Rinogs, or Rinogai. Rinog? Rinogau? Rinogai? No, it's Rinog. Anyway, the Rinogs. And the Rinogs are a range of mountains in southern Snowdonia that nobody really goes to very much. So there aren't very many paths there. It's rather wild. And it's rather open, so I'm not entirely sure what the navigation is going to be like across there. Are we going to be allowed to use GPS? Is it going to be more of an orienteering type thing, or is it going to be really well marked? I don't know. Can we pick our own route? Oh, it's going to be cool. And we're going to run all the way across there to get to Coed-y-Brenin. Now, did you see our Coed-y-Brenin videos?
Oh, really?
Yes, we went to Coed-y-Brenin last October. There's a big mountain bike park in the forest there, and loads of trail running routes, so I reckon it'll pick up some of those trail running routes which are really, really good. So you run round there and then you run back down to Dolgellau. Pretty cool route,
that
huh?
sounds really good actually.
So the view should be
We've
amazing.
been to both of those places.
Yeah. Cheap entry. The other interesting thing these guys are doing is this is a non-profit or not-for-profit event. So the profits they make go back into the local communities to support local community projects.
How do they fund the race though?
We pay, so it's about 80 quid entry fee I think. So that covers their costs, and then like I say, profits don't go to the company, they go back. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make a big famous new event. They're hoping in the next few years it becomes like an iconic international event that people want to do, and this will be the first year next year. It's going to be then around 50 mountainous wild miles, 80 odd k. I've run that far before. I ran around the Gower a few years ago just for fun. I didn't train for it particularly. It was at the end of a triathlon season. It was something I had in my head, and the weather was good and the tides were good, and that was about 50 odd miles, 80 odd k. Took me 13 and a half hours or something. It wasn't mountainous, but being coastal it's really up down, oh, knackering, and the sand dunes were really tough. So it's one of those challenges that I don't know whether or not I can do it, which is why I like the idea of it. And I'm kind of I don't want to be competitive. I've done lots of competitive stuff, and I'm moving away from the competitive and towards the camaraderie of trying to survive and complete this sort of distance, I think. And I might hate it, or it might be brilliant, I don't know. And there's a few ultras I'm thinking about doing next year, because I'm not doing very well at running fast. With my problems with my back and my hips, I often struggle with running fast, so run slow for a really long period of time through some amazing scenery. We'll see what happens. Sounds cool, huh? That's in August bank holiday, so I think I'm going to squeeze an entry in for that, and a couple of other things next year as well.
That's a steep running.
Yeah.
How many hills? That's North Wales.
One of the ways you train for these ultras is you do lots of walking.
Even as a running race.
So like on a Sunday I could do a long run in the morning, and then we could do a long walk in the afternoon.
Yeah, okay. Astra means homework, so it is work.
This is a tub, I think. Yep, that was another fairly easy find. How were the dog poo bags?
Lots of them.
Lots of.
Big pile. And also, they all look like they're done it the same way, so it looks like it's the same person that puts them all there as well. So shame on you.
It's not there.
Well, we're doing much better today, aren't we? That's
Yeah,
2 trackables down, 3 caches found.
I do remember this.
That trackable wanted to move from north to south.
Oh, no.
Yeah, can do. That trackable wanted to move from north to south and back again and round, so we've moved it from Scotland to South Wales, which I think is a fair old leap from north to south. The next trackable wants to go to Japan and America and things like that, but I don't know if we can really help with that, so we'll drop it off and see if somebody else can help with that journey. Right, into the marshes.
Where's the next cache?
Tide's out.
And where?
We can see a few structures here. This is an old MOD firing range. They used to have targets going back and forth and shooting at things, and there's a fair bit of that left round. So around here somewhere is the cache. So this cache is interesting because I think it's like a 3 out of 5 terrain rating and a 3 out of 5 difficulty rating. I was wondering where it was, and it looks like it's 200 metres that way.
Thought as much.
So it's going to be in those buildings somewhere.
Yeah, let's go over there.
I think we should probably go around the mud though.
Oh.
See the mud.
Oh yeah, because you haven't got massive black thick boots
I
on,
think even your
have you?
massive black thick boots you got to your knees in there.
Nonsense, it'd be funny.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like,
interesting.
trenches,
That looks like there's a path down there. Don't know how rugged it's going to be. Whoop. Boggy too. So we're at the structures, or what's left of them. It's very quiet. See why it's got the terrain rating of 3. It's because this is tidal, and we're here at low tide. Oh wow, that's fairly heavy duty, isn't it? It's over there, I think. Yeah. Where's Jack gone? The description says it's not easy to get to. They wouldn't have put it about there. Have you got a pencil?
Oh, I have a pen. Oh, oh my god, that wall is alive with spiders.
Big ones?
Oh look, they're everywhere. They're even in the cache. Oh, hello. Oh, oh, oh.
Get down from there, we'll log it on the app.
There's a whole like little nest in that box that I disturbed. Woo! Oh, can you get them off me? Ugh.
Oh, look at the midges up here. Right. This is actually a very popular cache. It does get found really often, even though it's a little bit inaccessible. So I think this is a good place for that unicorn trackable to go into, right?
Ugh, spiders are midgelicious.
Well, it's a good view up here.
Fancy imaginary.
If you sign the cache, I'm still doing it. If you can see through the midges, it's a great view.
Millions of them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Right, pop that in. Right, I've got everything except the trackable. Whoa! Oh, look at all the berries. See if I can get back down again. Whoa, it's possibly even harder getting down. It's very spiky. Whoa! So we found all the caches coming from the other direction around this path, and now we've found that cache, we've linked up all the caches along this path, which is quite nice and satisfying feeling. I'm a bit peckish now, a bit peckish. Do a cup of coffee.
Let me try to.
Back to the van, I think, and home.
I wonder what we're going to do.
I wonder what we're going to do next week.